What if the pill you swallowed this morning, trusting it to protect your heart, control your blood pressure, or save your life from cancer, was never real to begin with? Not ineffective, not weak, but fundamentally fake. A carefully engineered lie pressed into tablet form. Because right now, hidden beneath the surface of modern healthcare in the USA and the UK, a quiet but devastating crisis is unfolding. A crisis where fake medicine has become so sophisticated that even experienced professionals struggle to tell the difference. And this is not a fringe problem affecting only distant countries or desperate people. This is happening in developed nations with advanced regulation, trusted pharmacies, and world-class healthcare systems. Yet counterfeit drugs are slipping through cracks created by online pharmacies, global supply chains, cost pressures, and human psychology, creating a deadly collision between two titans: real evidence-based medicine on one side, built on science, trials, regulation, and transparency, and on the other side, an underground industry driven purely by profit, deception, and scale, producing pills that look identical to the real thing, feel identical, taste identical, and are sold with identical branding, but inside may contain no active ingredient at all, the wrong dose, contaminated fillers, or even toxic substances that slowly poison the body. And the most dangerous aspect of fake medicine is not just what it contains, but what it steals: time, trust, and the chance for real treatment to work. Because patients often do not collapse immediately. AY do not feel dramatic side effects. Instead, their condition simply fails to improve, their cancer progresses, their blood pressure remains uncontrolled, their diabetes worsens, and they assume the disease is winning, when in reality the medicine never entered the fight. This is how fake medicine kills, quietly, invisibly, and efficiently. According to global health organizations, falsified and substandard medicines contribute to hundreds of thousands of deaths every year. And while this problem was once framed as something limited to low-income countries, the uncomfortable truth is that wealthy nations like the United States and the United Kingdom are no longer protected. The rise of online pharmacies promising convenience, privacy, and cheaper prices has created an ideal entry point for counterfeit drugs, especially medicines for chronic conditions like heart disease, erectile dysfunction, weight loss, hormone therapy, mental health, and cancer, because these are areas where fear, stigma, and urgency override caution. And counterfeiters understand human behavior extremely well. They know that a patient who feels ignored, rushed, or priced out of the system is more likely to trust a website offering instant access and bold promises. And those promises are always the same: guaranteed results, no side effects, no prescription needed, faster action, cheaper prices, all the things real medicine never claims. Because real medicine is honest about uncertainty, risk, and limitations. Doctors like Dr. Rohin repeatedly emphasize that medicine does not work like magic. It works through biology, probability, and evidence. And any product claiming certainty is immediately suspicious. Yet these warnings struggle to compete with aggressive digital marketing, influencer endorsements, and slick packaging that mimics legitimate brands perfectly, making it increasingly difficult for patients to tell truth from fiction. Another disturbing reality is that fake medicine does not always come directly from illegal sources. Sometimes it infiltrates legal supply chains, passing through wholesalers, distributors, and even pharmacies, particularly when supply shortages occur, when demand spikes, or when regulatory oversight is stretched thin. And by the time authorities identify the problem and issue recalls, the damage has already been done. Patients have taken the drugs, diseases have progressed, and trust has been broken. And trust is the foundation of healthcare. Without it, patients stop taking prescribed treatments, delay seeking help, or turn to alternative therapies that offer comfort but no cure, turning a counterfeit drug problem into a full-blown public health emergency. And this crisis does not affect all patients equally. Vulnerable populations suffer the most: elderly patients on multiple medications, people with chronic illnesses, cancer patients, and those struggling with mental health conditions because they rely on consistent, effective treatment to maintain stability. And when that stability is disrupted by fake medicine, the consequences can be catastrophic, hospitalizations increase, complications multiply, and mortality rises, yet fake me. Dicene remains under-discussed because it is uncomfortable to admit that even advanced healthcare systems are not immune to deception. And because the victims often never realize what truly went wrong, death certificates do not list counterfeit drugs as a cause, treatment failure is blamed on disease severity, and the system moves on without learning the full lesson. Meanwhile, counterfeit networks grow more advanced, using industrial-scale manufacturing, international logistics, and digital anonymity to stay ahead of regulators, adapting faster than laws can change and exploiting every gap, whether it is a new social media platform, a telemedicine loophole, or a global crisis that disrupts supply chains. And while governments and regulators work to strengthen surveillance, authentication technologies, and enforcement, patient awareness remains one of the most powerful tools we have. Understanding that real medicine is boring by design, it comes with leaflets, warnings, side effects, and instructions. It requires prescriptions, follow-ups, and sometimes uncomfortable honesty. Whereas fake medicine sells simplicity, certainty, and hope without evidence. Recognizing red flags like websites that hide their physical address, offer prescription drugs without consultation, use emotional language instead of scientific explanation, or pressure users with limited time offers can prevent harm before it starts. This is not about fearmongering, it is about realism. Medicine saves lives when it is real, regulated, and used correctly. But when it is fake, it becomes a weapon disguised it's help. And the tragedy is that most victims never know they were deceived. They simply believe medicine failed them, when in fact it was never given a chance to work. This is why conversations like this matter, not to create panic, but to restore clarity in an age of medical misinformation. To remind people that skepticism is not cynicism, it is protection, and that trust in healthcare must be earned through transparency, evidence, and accountability. Not marketing slogans and viral videos, the battle between real medicine and fake medicine is not abstract. It is happening in your pharmacy, your inbox, your social media feed, and potentially in your medicine cabinet. And the outcome depends on awareness, regulation, and informed decision-making. If you value clear, honest medical explanations that cut through hype, expose dangerous myths, and explain health crises without exaggeration or false reassurance, then make sure you subscribe to MedLogic, because understanding medicine should never be fake, and your health deserves the truth.